The cutting of my long hair. From Memories of Childhood. Short questions. 1. Why did Zitkala Saw resist having her hair cut? Key points. Symbol of pride and identity. Cultural significance. Hair cutting seen as a sign of defeat. 2. What was Zitkala Saw's emotional response to the cutting of her hair? Key points. Felt humiliated and powerless. Deep sense of loss and sorrow. 3. How did Zitkala Saw describe her experience at the boarding school? Key points. Hostile environment. Felt imprisoned. Clash of cultures. 4. What was Zitkala Saw's first reaction when she learned that her hair would be cut? Key points. Shock and disbelief. Tried to resist and hide. 5. How did Zitkala Saw try to resist the school authorities? Key points. Hid under a bed. Fought against being captured. 6. What was the significance of long hair in Zitkala Saw's culture? Key points. Sign of honor, tradition, and pride. Only shorn in mourning or punishment. 7. Who was Juduan and what role did she play in Zitkala Saw's experience? Key points. A friend at the boarding school. Warned Zitkala Saw about the hair cutting. Felt resigned to the school's rules. 8. Why did the school force the children to adopt different customs? Key points. Assimilation into European American culture. Stripped of native identity and heritage. 9. What was the deeper impact of the haircut on Zitkala Saw? Key points. Emotional trauma. Felt stripped of her identity. Symbol of colonization's impact on native people. 10. What cultural conflict is reflected in Zitkala Saw's story? Key points. Clash between Native American traditions and Western practices. Loss of individual identity through forced conformity. Long questions. 1. Describe the significance of hair in Native American culture and how Zitkala Saw's experience highlights the impact of cultural assimilation. Key points. Hair is a symbol of dignity and freedom. Boarding schools forced Native children to conform to Western norms. The act of cutting hair represents the loss of cultural identity. Zitkala Saw's emotional turmoil reflects the larger struggle of Native Americans under colonialism. 2. How does Zitkala Saw's story reflect the broader theme of cultural oppression? Key points. Boarding school is a tool for erasing Native identity. Forced conformity and erasure of cultural traditions. The haircut is a metaphor for the suppression of Native customs. The emotional and psychological scars left on Native children. 3. Explain how Zitkala Saw's narrative in The Cutting of My Long Hair is a protest against the forced assimilation of Native Americans. Key points. Personal resistance to cultural erasure. Physical struggle against authorities. Symbol of the broader Native resistance to Western cultural imposition. Highlights the dehumanizing nature of assimilation policies. 4. Discuss how Zitkala Saw's experience at the boarding school illustrates the conflict between individuality and forced conformity. Key points. Zitkala Saw is an individual resisting institutional control. Conflict between her cultural identity and school's demands. The loss of personal autonomy. Emotional impact of being forced to conform. 5. Analyze the emotional and psychological effects of the boarding school system on Native children, as depicted in Zitkala Saw's story. Key points. Loss of self-identity and pride. Emotional trauma from cultural erasure. Alienation from their roots and traditions. Zitkala Saw's sense of helplessness and